Hello, everybody, and welcome to In the Box on DKPittsburghSports.com. I am Chris Bradford, their Penguins beat writer, and I'm joined by our photographer, Mr. Matthew Sunday. Welcome, Matthew.
Hey, Chris. What's going on, man?
Not too much. We are recording this on Sunday. We are fresh off the Penguins' dramatic 5-4 overtime win over the Philadelphia Flyers. A season sweep for the Penguins, which I guess is always nice out here.
What, second time ever, right?
Yeah, they did it, and I almost forgot about it back when they used to play each other 8 times in a season, which is pretty crazy.
Man.
I think that's pretty cool, though.
Man, I'd love to – now, we might see it, but I'd love to see these guys play 8 times. That'd be great.
Yeah. Entertainment value, I don't think you can argue with what we've seen from the Penguins too much. I think it's kind of been a tightrope they've been walking here the last few games. They're giving up a lot of shots, but when you have the talent the Penguins have, you can get away with it and just score one more goal than the other guy.
Yeah, these have been entertaining games. We're seeing both teams score a lot of goals. Both teams put up a lot of shots. Penguins getting outshot, though, as you said. And is that sustainable, I guess, is the big question. Maybe the Penguins teams of the past, it wasn't sustainable. They tried to be the more offensive, rely on Marc-Andre Fleury to bail them out when needed. But this current Penguins team, can they fit that mold? Can they be the team that allows a lot of shots but just outscores?
That's what I think I'm trying to figure out because, today was a classic example. I mean, they give up 45 shots. I mean, that's a lot of shots. I
Sure.
mean, Philadelphia ties the game late. They send it into overtime. Kind of conversely from the New Jersey game, kind of the same thing happens, except Taylor Hall ends it just 27 seconds in. Different, but the Penguins, with the amount of offensive talent they have, it's just unbelievable what they can do in overtimes, and they're not going to have that overtime, obviously in the playoffs.
Right. Still a lot of speed on the ice, though.
A lot of speed, definitely a lot of speed with the Penguins.
Let me ask you this, because at the end of the game, Evgeny Malkin, who's possibly MVP candidate this season. Well, not possibly. I mean, you got to talk about
finals,
it.
Yeah.
But he fumbles the puck with the empty net looming, and he's at center ice. It's not icing if he catches it and just fires it. He kind of fumbles it right there at center ice, and the Flyers are able to kind of recapture the puck, and they gather themselves, and then they just dominated that 6-on-5 period of play.
Oh, that was incredible. I can't remember. I mean, obviously you see those kind of delayed penalties where you get kind of a.
You're talking about the Penguins 6-on. Yeah, but even both sides, right? The Penguins dominated that, and Malkin, he scores that goal there, and then the Flyers late. I mean, those were two of the most dominant 6-on-5 periods of hockey that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say, definitely this season. Kind of moving forward with Evgeny Malkin, I just want to get on a sidebar here.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying today, Connor McDavid has taken over the scoring lead, and he should be in the Hart Trophy conversation. We talked about this on the last one, but I just want to get your thoughts on this.
Man, it's so outrageous because this guy, he's technically your second center. He's going out there and he's playing minutes after or before, depending on when they start the game, but Sidney Crosby. And then he's got a third line with Phil Kessel on it. So these guys have superstars across the entire lineup, but one guy is able to stand out above. Now, early in the season, Phil Kessel, he was putting up MVP-like numbers, and he was the best player on the team. But Malkin was almost as good. And since Phil kind of took that step back, not that he's playing poorly, but, man, Evgeny Malkin has just been the best player on the ice for either team most nights. Last night, I thought that Sidney Crosby might have dominated the game a little bit more, but, man, he's just – nobody's touched him.
That's a nice segue to what we're going to talk about here, Sidney Crosby, because his game, especially in that third period against Philadelphia, I thought was remarkable. I mean, I think we saw a little bit of that in the New Jersey game. He comes out flying, but that third period against the Flyers, a lot of one-handed stuff. His strength is just unbelievable. The ability to just protect the puck.
Everybody wants to talk about the slapping the puck out of midair or shooting it off a goalie's back or whatever. When this guy, like he did against the Flyers, decides, hey, I'm going to play lacrosse for a minute. I'm going to put one arm out, and I'm going to ward him off the puck. I'm going to control the puck with my offhand, and I'm just going to do this sweet little 360 and confuse you into nowhere, and then look for a pass. Nope, not going to pass. I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to score. I mean, he single-handedly, for 10 seconds of hockey, possessed the puck like nobody else in the league except, Connor McDavid and Evgeny Malkin can do those things at times, but Sidney Crosby's been doing that consistently, and he looks like he's 22-year-old Sidney Crosby at times.
Yeah, and the good thing for the Penguins is as they're headed down here in the stretch run is that it looks like if Crosby can build on this, to have Sidney Crosby look like the best player in the world, that's going to make the Pittsburgh Penguins a very tough out.
Man, I don't care who they get in the first series. It's going to be entertaining. If it's the Flyers, we're going to see some really good games. But this guy, he's honestly the best player in hockey. It's not even disputable. He might not be the MVP of the Penguins this season, but he's still the best player in hockey.
I agree with that 100%. And when we come back, we'll be looking forward to the Penguins' week ahead.
It's time to cash in on non-stop sports action with MyBookie.ag. They have in-game live betting on nearly every sporting event, plus MyBookie.ag will match your deposit with a bonus up to 100%. With decades of expertise and no-hassle payouts, you'll experience the greatest customer service in the business, guaranteed. Use promo code DKRadio to activate your bonus of up to 100%. Call 844-900-BETS or visit mybookie.ag to open an account. Sign up today.
Miller Lite is the original light beer, and we'll always brew it to have more taste, with only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs. Because we believe that if you compromise on taste, you can taste the compromise. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2018 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis, 12 fluid ounces. Less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat.
What I want from my public accounting firm is big ideas.
But I don't want to lose the personal attention.
My company needs global capabilities.
From a firm with local ownership.
And I want to work with industry experts.
Who take the time to understand my unique challenges. And that's what sets Schneider Downs apart. Expertise for the most complex business issues. With the service you need every day. To learn how our big thinking with a personal focus can help your company, visit schneiderdowns.com.
If you're one of the thousands of Western Pennsylvanians who love to get outdoors, then you need to check out this amazing new website, stepoutside.org. Hi, I'm Dan Kovacevic of DK Sports Radio. I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh. I know about the outdoor life that's available to all of us in Western Pennsylvania. Learn where, when, and how you can go camping, hiking, hunting, take part in power sports, shooting sports, water sports in your local community, across our region, across the country at stepoutside.org.
In Pittsburgh, we bleed black and gold and love our city. Born in Pittsburgh and now celebrating 130 years in business, Henny Jewelers is proud to be your premier jewelry store. Whether it's choosing that watch you've always wanted or you're searching for the ring that was made for her, trust Henny Jewelers. Visit our store on Walnut Street in Shadyside to see our extensive inventory of designer engagement rings, watches, and one-of-a-kind jewelry. For more, go to hennyjewelers.com and follow on social.
Embarrassed by that stained carpet in your office? Tired of looking at your dull, dirty floor? My Floor Needs is here to fix that. With years of experience and 24/7 service, My Floor Needs offers stripping and waxing, carpet, tile, grout, and concrete cleaning, as well as polishing and buffing services. Call 888-67-MY-FLOOR or email info@myfloorneeds.com for a free estimate and get your floors looking like new again. Whatever your floor needs, call 888-67-MY-FLOOR.
Does your company ever miss its sales goals or struggle getting new business?
Is it tough to hire or to give reps the right tools?
Hi, I'm Dan, and I started Engaged Prospect right here in Pittsburgh to help companies like yours.
And I'm Sam. We're helping companies hit sales goals and grow their businesses.
Think of us as your inside sales team.
Our clients are experts in their fields. We're experts in inside sales.
Give us a call today at 412-715-5151.
Or visit us online at engagedprospect.com/DK.
It's been 50 years since the Summer of Love, but if you're not performing as well as you'd like, check out NEDforless.com. I'm Eric Cushy of Curtis Pharmacy. Don't pay premium prices for the little blue pill. So Denafil, the same active ingredient as in Viagra, costs 80% less. NEDforless.com. All we need is your physician's name. We do the rest. Free shipping too. NEDforless.com. Curtis Pharmacy, Western PA's Better Way Pharmacy. CurtisPharmacy.com.
Okay, welcome back to In the Box. Chris Bradford along with Matt Sunday. Matt, looking at the week ahead, not much rest here for the Penguins. They're going every other night this week, starting Tuesday night against the Red Wings at the new arena. I'm sure you're pretty psyched to see that, right?
Yeah, man, it's going to be exciting. Listen, any arena named after a pizza joint, I don't care if it's Little Caesars or Giovanni's in Dormont, I'm all in, baby.
That would be a good name for PPG. You know, if they get a new naming rights,
Yeah,
the Giovanni place. Or
Yeah, Fiore's Ice Arena.
something else in Detroit. You say you like the pizza up there?
Dude, I love. Listen, we did kind of a Java that was just all about pizza a few months ago, and I stated at the time, this is on the record, folks. Matt Sunday thinks that Detroit pizza is the most underrated pizza out there. Since then, this stuff has caught fire. It is fantastic. There's 2 spots in Pittsburgh that are fantastic. You go down to Smallman Galley, and you can eat one of the best pizzas you'll ever have in your life. I'm just going to plug it right here. These people are not paying for this. I love this pizza so much. Ironborn Pizza people, go eat this stuff. It is incredible.
No, I was about to ask, of course. Everyone knows kind of about Chicago deep dish and the New York style. Tell us, what is a Detroit-style pizza?
Now, you've got a little bit of a thicker crust, but it's an airier crust. And then it's got a buttery, like caramelized cheese edge, where the cheese kind of overlaps the edge of the pan. They cook it in like a rectangular pan. And, man, this thing, when the cheese caramelizes there and you've got this, ooh. But Little Caesars is not bad. They make that pan pizza. They make the lunch pan. And it's good stuff. They use a different cheese. It's like a brie and something else, like a sharper cheese on there. But if you haven't had Detroit pizza, regardless of their hockey team being good or not, you got to eat some Detroit pizza.
Yeah, that was always one of the good things about the old Joe Louis Arena, is they had the Little Caesars there. But you're there to actually cover the Red Wings game on Tuesday, and then the Pirates the following day?
No, they play on Thursday.
That's
yeah.
right.
So we've got a day off in between. DK and I, man, these Sunday games that are like play at 12:30, I feel like I don't even sleep. So now we get to go to Detroit for a few days. But
the traditional Pirates opener against the Detroit Tigers. But convenient segue to the Detroit Red Wings. Obviously not the season they were hoping for. They've kind of been a downtrend here over the last few years. But considering the run they were on through the 1990s and obviously 2008 when they beat the Penguins, that kind of stuff is cyclical. But then after that, I think that's the game I'm covering Thursday night in Newark against the New Jersey Devils. I think that's going to be a pretty good game there.
yeah, sure. I mean, the Penguins' problem, as we talked about with kind of that tightrope that they're walking, is not just giving up a lot of shots. It's also playing down to their opponents. So they're going to have to take care of business in Detroit. It's a game that they have to win with things so tight, kind of control their own destiny and maybe play a little bit of their own god of who they want to play in the playoffs. But they've got to take care of business in Detroit, but they've just got to win against New Jersey. They've got to show that they can compete in the full 60 minutes against New Jersey, regardless of their goaltending situation out there. The Devils are a team that can beat the Penguins in the playoffs if they let them.
Yeah, it's almost mind-boggling to me because, I mean, the Devils are a good team, I think. But when they play the Penguins, they look great for whatever reason. A very young, exciting team. They play aggressive. They're fast, very fast team. They're in your face. And we saw the last Penguins game, how good they are. Taylor Hall, I don't think he's going to be an MVP candidate, but he's certainly one of the guys who's going to be in the conversation if he can single-handedly pretty much get the Devils into the postseason. That Keith Kincaid, the goaltender, he's sort of supplanted Corey Schneider, it looks like. He was outstanding the other night, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's played a couple of good games against the Penguins the last 2 times that I've seen him, at least, at PPG. But isn't it kind of funny to watch this Devils team who is not your granddaddy's Devils?
No.
And they've got these pieces that have kind of fallen apart from the Penguins, right? And they've rebuilt on this. I mean, you look at, a guy like Brian Gibbons,
Oh my God.
just like being out there contributing on this really good hockey team. And you have to almost remember a time where Brian Gibbons was a part of the Penguins' plans.
Yeah, 2 years out. I mean, that's a remarkable story to me. I mean, the guy was out of the league pretty much for 2 seasons, bouncing around the minor leagues. Whatever happened in Columbus, he didn't pan out there, and then he ends up in New Jersey, works his way back to the NHL level this season. He's had a pretty good year. He had, I believe, a wrist injury, missed a substantial amount of time. But yeah, New Jersey, I think that's the one team, and I think we've said this before, but every time you see them, you go, wow, I hope the Penguins do not have to play these guys.
Yeah, they kind of remind me of like that older Lightning matchup or the Islanders when everybody's, we get the Islanders, but No, we don't want the Islanders.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
But they're fast and they're watching Taylor Hall is just an enjoyable experience.
And then after the New Jersey game, we got another busy weekend, back-to-back games. That'll be fortunately the last time.
We got the Easter back-to-back.
Yeah, the Good Saturday or whatever it is, and Easter Sunday game.
I think it's Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
I think, I don't know what that Saturday is.
So
that's like that awkward in-between day where people didn't really know what was happening.
Yeah, so then they got Montreal on Saturday and then the Washington Capitals on Sunday. So that, of course, is always a good game anytime the Capitals and Penguins butt heads.
Yeah, who doesn't want to spend Easter with, like, probably your second biggest rival?
Yeah, after the Flyers. I mean, I think that's the other one.
Of late, right? At least in the playoffs. I mean, you can argue that you got to win to be a rival, but they're
that's a rival.
They're bloody games. It's a fun
Yeah.
game.
Who do you think is the Penguins' biggest rival?
The Penguins' biggest rival is the Flyers.
Okay.
Hands down. Regardless of whether these are the same Flyers and they're not the same. These games are not the old Penguins Flyers games. But as DK and I discussed on Java, if they play for 7 games in the playoffs,
it doesn't take much to get that hatred back up.
No, so on a scale of let's have you rank these for me. Are you more excited for that Saturday game, the Sunday game against the Capitals, as we're talking about, or that ham that you're going to make for Easter?
I do not make ham.
You don't make ham? What do you make for Easter?
My wife makes it.
Your wife makes it?
I don't do anything.
Oh, come on, man!
I can't even change oil.
Well, I'm making the ham. I'm frying a chicken outside too. Dude.
Got the fryer out?
Yeah, I got the fryer out. We used it, cooked a turkey for Thanksgiving with it. So I'm gonna try this. It's like an air fryer. It's not like the traditional oil fry, but I'm excited to make this fry up this chicken. Of course, with the Penguins game, I'll have to take care of all that before heading out to the arena and do an early dinner to accommodate. But it'll be fun, man. I'm always stoked when the family comes over, get to make the ham.
Matt Sunday, Renaissance man.
Woo, that's me, baby. I just like food. Was this a food podcast? Can we do one of those?
The best photographer in Pittsburgh and also chef.
I'm not going to claim that I'm the best photographer anywhere, but I'll take the chef compliment, and I'll tell you, I make a mean homemade pizza. So since we were talking about that, why don't you?
You got to bring in some pizza sometime in here.
You got to come over. Lance and I are we're gonna make a pizza at my house. Chris Benson's gonna come record the thing for us.
There you go. That's something to look forward to. Well, that'll do it for this week's In the Box. We'll see you next time.